How's it going? And we're back with the merch method presented by Promo Supply House. And as always, I am the host of this show, this informational channel, this podcast, maybe. I don't know really what we're classifying this as yet. But I am Dane, the CEO of Promo Supply House, and I am here to talk to you today about companies not factoring in promotional marketing projects in their budget, as well as some statistics that I have found on the real ROI behind promotional marketing products. A lot of companies out there are spending thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on ads to get impressions. And how many people are those ads going by? If you're doing promotional marketing products and branded products for your company, those things need to be strategic. I have a stat here and it says that promotional marketing products have an 83% recall rate and get 500% more impressions per dollar than digital ads. And I really want to dive in today in this video and go into that and discuss how we are not only helping ourselves, but also helping our clients really get strategic with their promotional marketing products and having them look at how we're going to create what we want with them, and not just looking at promotional marketing and branded products as some swag item that is just given away. Most companies and most individuals out there overlook the value of promotional marketing products. They look at the items as, here's a cheap tote bag we're going to give away at a trade show. Here's a cheap pen we're going to give away. Here is a, water bottle we're going to give away, rather than getting really specific and diving in to what we should be putting our logo on as a business and what message are we trying to send. When we look at promotional marketing products for events, we really have to take that step back and go, okay, who is our target audience? What are we trying to create with the items that we're doing for our event? And even more so than that, what are those items that we want to do that will be used on a regular basis by our clients and by our prospects? The real purpose of promotional marketing products is to be advertised and marketed by every prospect and client you have. You want your company logo out there. You want your brand out there. When you look at the largest brands in the world being Apple, Nike, you name it, their logo is on everything. When you look at someone from Apple, it's like, I carry an iPhone. I also have an Apple case on my iPhone. I also have an iPad in front of you. My MacBook Air is right here. Their logo is on absolutely everything, but it is done strategically. When you walk into an Apple store, you see a clean silhouette of a shirt and you see a tiny Apple logo on the apparel that their staff is wearing. Why? Because the only thing they want your eye to draw to is that Apple logo. And so when we take that step back and we really look at what we're trying to do with these promotional marketing products, is one, we're trying to create a memory for whatever event that was that they received it at. So if they're at a, like I mentioned last time, at Moms of Fitness event that a gym's putting on, what memory are we trying to create with that item? If you're doing a client appreciation event, what memories are you trying to create, and what are the products that are going to be used that we could do for that event? We just had an event that we worked on that was that exact situation. A client of ours was doing an in-house event, and we really wanted to create the right effect with them. So what did we do? Well, we knew they were going to be in a conference. So they were going to be going from meeting to discussion to meeting to discussion to presentation. So what are those items that they need specifically for that? And what quality of items do we need to create to show and portray the right message for our client? So for this event, we did a few things. We did very nice higher end power banks. Why? Because one, we want to portray that these items work. Two, the branding on it, we wanted it to look clean and send the right message. And three, we wanted to give them items that they know would come in handy. If you're at an event all day and you're going from presentation or speech or meeting to meeting to meeting, and you know you're going to be there all day, the chance of your phone running dead, or the chance of you needing to plug your iPad in or something along those lines is higher. Your AirPods. Along with that, we knew that they were going to be at a conference. So they were going to be taking notes during these presentations and meetings. So what did? We had a very high-end notebook that had very clean but minimalist branding on it. So it was just their logo in the dead center of the notebook, but it drew your eyes to it, rather than having all of these loud designs around it, because that wasn't the message we were trying to portray at that time. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a time and place for that. This one just wasn't it. Another thing we did is we did a high-end puffer tote bag. Why did we do that? Well, because we wanted to produce a bag that they would continuously use. So we made sure there was a zipper on top. We made sure that we chose a very dark color for the bag, and we chose a very light and bright color for their logo. Why? Because if they're carrying that bag, we want the branding for that company being used. And when we look at these promotional marketing products, we want them to create engagement out in the world. The purpose of doing a nice tote is that somebody uses it, but that next step of it is we want individuals being asked, hey, where did you get that tote? Or, hey, where did you get that tumbler or water bottle? Or, hey, where'd you get this pen? Or where'd you get that notebook? And we want your branding and your business on those items. That is the real purpose of promotional marketing products, is to market and be the promotional leg on behalf of your clients and your staff out there in the world. We all know that we can find stats everywhere and they can go in the direction that we want to see them. But there are a few key statistics that I wanted to go over for this space, because what we want to discuss here is being more directed, being more precise, and really being focused on using promotional marketing products the right way. So a few of those stats are 8 in 10 consumers own at least one promotional product and use it. Another statistic is branded apparel generates 6,100 impressions over its lifetime. So that is one item. When we start thinking about doing apparel, we have to take those things into consideration. You're being a sponsor for a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and you're the apparel sponsor. Well, we know that in doing so, a lot of the races personally that I have done, or that my staff has participated in, or friends, a lot of them do complain about the quality of the shirt. So if we know that a good piece of apparel can create up to 6,100 plus impressions, we should be thinking with, what's the shirt somebody's going to wear? What's the shirt somebody's going to wear that isn't just when they're out on a run? Because, I mean, personally for me, when I'm on my training runs, I got to be honest, I'm struggling breathing. I don't really want to have a conversation with someone. So if I'm the shirt sponsor for a 5K, if Promo Supply House is that shirt sponsor, we are going to do a nicer tri-blend t-shirt that can be worn not only on your training runs, but it can also be worn just on a regular day. And we're going to keep it clean, and it's going to be a quality product so that we really create that. If you're doing hats for your staff, for your clients, for an event, for a golf event, make sure that we really look at the quality of the hats that we're producing, because it has the potential to give you the right impression or the wrong impression. You know, when I get samples from suppliers that I have worked with, A lot of them I get excited about, but there's a few of them that I've just never worked with because the quality of that product is not going to create the impression that we want with promotional marketing and branded products. Another statistic I wanted to go over is consumers are 2.5 times more likely to have a positive impression of a brand that gave them a quality promo item. So really think about that, is when someone comes to your booth, when someone comes to your office, when someone has a meeting with you, are there small, simple things that we could be doing to create that right impression? I'll share a story with you. Gosh, this was probably it had to have been 2020 or 2021. I think it was 2020. I went out to Texas to visit a brand's headquarters and an organization that I've always admired, and I have admired their growth because they've grown on this crazy scale over the past 3 to 5 years. But before that, it was in like small incremental growth, but the effort behind the company never changed. So they were always giving it 110%. And it's been beautiful to watch them grow and watch the reach that they have. Myself and an ex-business partner went out there and we met with the CEO and the founder, and they gave us the full tour. We talked about doing a few products together. They gave us their insight on products. And then when we left, the team was like, hey, we just did these. They're these like really high-end aluminum blender bottles. We just did these. And they also gave us a shirt that we would actually wear that was high quality, and a hoodie. And I'm just a hoodie when I work out kind of guy. And the hoodie was an independent hoodie. It was great. The quality was awesome. And I always go back to remembering that meeting and remembering not only the conversations that we had, but the fact that they wanted to thank us and acknowledging us for coming there. And they wanted us to leave with something that was going to continue to share and expose their brand to the world. So when we think about our clients and our prospects feeling appreciated, what are we doing? Are we doing the right items? And are we really thinking with the long term and the longevity of that product? And I really want to drive that home. We have the potential to do incredible products and really acknowledge our clients, our staff, our prospects. If we take that extra second and do it the right way and really run the tape on it and think with, what quality are we doing? What are we really trying to accomplish here? What is the genuine purpose of this? Is this to be used every day out there? Is it for this client to always know we have their back and always know we appreciate them? There are many purposes for it. So we just need to make sure that we're putting that additional thought into it. When we think about it, we can't forget that we have to be putting in the time, we have to be putting in the research, and we have to really be putting ourselves in those clients' shoes, or in those prospects' shoes, or in our staff's shoes. When we think with promotional marketing products, there are a few focuses on it. One is to make sure that your staff feels acknowledged and appreciated. 2, to make sure that your clients feel acknowledged and appreciated. And 3, create and do products that your prospects are going to see and that are going to draw them back in to your business or your brand or your organization. And that all circles around that be remembered motto or be remembered phrase or whatever you want to call it. That is the purpose of it, is we're doing these products to be remembered. And when you really think with what we're trying to accomplish here is we're trying to thank our staff and honestly create loyalty. We're trying to thank our clients and do the same thing, show our appreciation, but create that loyalty and show our clients that we have their back and show our staff that we have their back. And we have to show our prospects that we do more than our competitors. Again, I'm not saying we have to have $1 million budget. But I'm saying that if we're going to give a pen to our clients and prospects, let's make sure it's a pen that's going to be used. If we're going to do apparel for an event, or for our staff. Let's make sure it's that apparel that actually gets worn. If we're going to do hats, make sure that it's going to be hats that are used. You know, if you're doing an event in Central or South Florida, let's not do a thick cotton hat. Let's do a performance hat. Let's think with all of these things. That is what the merch method is here for. Is like, there is a method behind the madness of promotional marketing products and branded merch that we do. Therefore, the merch method. And we're here to help explain that. We're here to really dive into that. And we're here to hopefully give you a little more insight or make you ask that next question. Okay, we want to do hats. Okay, well, what's the next question? Where is this event going to take place? Who is going to be attending that event? Is it a lifestyle event where you're going to have a bunch of individuals that love being out on the water and fishing and water sports? Okay, well, we have to think differently with that one. These are moms. We want to be asking that next question, because the more questions we ask, the more dialed we get. So everything kind of draws in. With this being said, we know that branded promotional marketing products and branded merch can create a higher ROI than any ads you could ever run, dollar to dollar. We can make more cost-effective decisions, and we can really dial in and get excited about creating a product and branding a product that you're going to be giving to your clients, prospects, and your staff, that's going to be used, that's going to be appreciated, and is really going to create that remember you effect. That is the goal here. And at Promo Supply House, we're here to help. Let us know what we can do for you. I can't wait to dive into next week's video, and I am actually going to be doing more. You're going to be getting a lot more content from the merch method. We're going to be diving more and more into product reviews, as well as there are going to be more shorts and long form videos. Along with that, there's going to be more shorts and more long form videos, really diving into branded promotional products, specific event products, staff appreciation gifts, what we're doing for different industries, just to help you use promotional marketing products to grow your business and grow your organization and really acknowledge your team and your staff. Again, this is Dane. This is the merch method presented by Promo Supply House, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Prior to that, if you have not liked and subscribed, please do so. We greatly appreciate it. And do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you have topics you want me to cover. Always feel free to leave comments. You can always reach out to us directly, and I will help, advise, discuss anything you wish. Again, Dane with the merch method, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.